This episode of Super Legit is brought to you by Star Fox, the motion picture, The Perfect Strangers reboot, and Saving Private Ryan 2. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Super Legit podcast. I am here with a bunch of my favorite people.
Who?
Well, we've got Josh Spence. Since you spoke up, we got to mention you.
Nice.
Yep. We've got Stephen C. James.
Hey, that's me.
We've got Chris Sanders.
You took the way I was going to say hey.
Man.
You want to retake? Do you want to do this over?
No, it's
done.
late.
It's done. There's
Improv,
no going back.
Baby.
Oh god damn it!
Hey.
I'm sorry. I already dropped the GD
And
bomb.
I say, yeah.
We've got to put an explicit warning on this episode. Oh wait, there's one on every episode.
Fuck yeah.
We've got Chris Compton.
Can you just cut in Steven saying hey?
Well, we've got Sean Michael Boozer.
I am here.
And to complete the pattern, we still don't have a Michael Hyman.
Oh, I miss him so much.
And Allie Marr's not here. She was going to be here tonight too, but she had some pesky, it was like an anniversary or something that she thought was more important.
Yeah, apparently
That was last episode.
Yeah, that was last episode.
That was last episode.
I think they
Okay.
celebrate their anniversary every week because that's
Aw.
how in love they are,
That's so
which
sweet.
makes me sick.
God, I'm in love with Sizzler.
We have our day anniversary celebration.
All right, so here's our deal this week. Just to give perspective on this, today I watched the Inspiration 4 Splashdown. For anyone who's not aware, this was the amazing 4 regular civilians who went up into space.
I mean, at least one of them's a billionaire. I don't know.
3
That's
regular civilians
Also,
and 1 billionaire.
What makes somebody a regular civilian?
On average means 4 millionaires.
This is right. Yes.
Or incredibly wealthy millionaires.
Yes, multi-millionaires.
Take that,
That's right. Yes, but yeah, no. I mean, these are people who were not NASA. You know, they're not officially astronauts. That said, like one of them, there's one woman who went through all of the NASA training and barely didn't make it into NASA.
There's one woman
and-
who paid to go through all of the NASA training
Yes.
and almost didn't make it through the thing she paid
I like
for.
that the motto of the Inspiration 4 is, it doesn't take a rocket scientist.
That's right. Four people who are purely civilians, and the first time ever that's all that was up in space, and they went well above, let's say Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos went, who they were in the stratosphere. So they in fact they went above the ISS
Inside a penis.
That's right. Yes, that was Bezos, right?
Yeah.
Bezos who rode a
Blue
penis
Origins.
to space. Yes.
Well, I, for one, think it's high time that astronauts stopped being polite and started getting real.
And that's essentially what it was real world in space. But
Finally, we got Puck off the Earth.
yeah,
He knew that was my last bag of M&M peanuts. He knew it, but he took it anyways.
but yeah, it went smoothly. I watched them all splash down, but it gave me the thought process of what is the thing that you wish you could be the first person ever to achieve? What would that look like for you? It could be anything, any sort of ridiculous thing you could imagine. I mean, in my mind, I had a few things come to mind, but one of the most obvious would be,
Yeah, go first.
actually communicating with alien life. I mean, whatever form that takes, it doesn't have to be face to face. It could be, the classic translating of radio waves and communicating with them via space. At the very least, just confirming for a fact that sentient, intelligent life exists.
I don't want to be a dick so early in the podcast. I usually say that for later.
You do.
So,
you absolutely
Jett,
do.
I love and respect you, and you're a
Uh-huh.
good dude.
Ooh,
but
good
what
preamble.
the fuck would you say? Like, what would you say to the aliens? Like, are we sending Jett as our representative? Because Jett is a great guy. I don't know that I don't know who I would pick. I just don't know that I'd pick you to be like, who's going to be the voice for humanity.
Also,
Let's go with Jett.
For what it's worth, I've seen this scene on Pornhub, so it's like, oh, my pants fell off, and then come on, Jett, you're better than that.
Okay, I didn't send you that link. How did you find it?
We're tight.
I don't know if we're all talking about the same thing anymore.
I'll bring us all back. I'll bring us all back. So he's saying, I don't know who it would be, but it shouldn't be you. Isn't that where we were?
That's unanimous. Yeah.
I wasn't saying it was a good idea. I would still like to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's a good question. Like, what would you say?
Oh my god!
You're suddenly confronted with
super.
I am Zortag, representative of Starlax 11. I have come to Earth to speak with one of Earth's greatest IT professionals and improvisational actors. What have you, Jett Kaufman, to say to the people of Starlax?
Do you guys have Xbox? Are you on Xbox Live? Can we maybe
moved beyond the Xbox? Your primitive Xbox technology makes us laugh. We have achieved PS Infinity.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I remember those advertisements. Oh, I thought those. I didn't realize that those were actually representative of a real thing. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's so cool. I did a PlayStation commercial once, and I thought that thing was being silly that they were doing
Jett.
that. But oh my god!
Yes,
Jett,
the great
Jett,
I'm talking here to the alien.
put in a good word for me.
yes,
okay, all right.
the great Jett Kaufman. We have heard tales told of you referencing your past work and conversation. Your friend Spence told us of the dropping of names.
Cheers.
They already know you, Spence. They already know you.
You didn't drop my name. You dropped everybody else's name. I mean, if I hear Robert Altman one more time, I'm gonna fucking gag.
Okay, but if you work with Robert Altman, you talk about working with Robert Altman. Come on.
Yes,
Aliens are here and we're gonna have this argument?
So often.
Even when I met Robin Williams, he was talking about having worked with Robert Altman.
We feed off self-indulgence.
Yes, indeed. We as Starlax receive communications from the Earth, and we have been able to intercept 2 signals. One, pilot episodes from Freaks and Geeks. Another, the Super Legit podcast.
You didn't tell them about Step
We've
by
only
Step yet?
downloaded a couple. We're waiting for a road trip.
Oh my, Josh, are you hearing this? They've heard the podcast.
I'm surprised you didn't tell them about Step by Step yet. Like how you're like the
yum,
forgotten
yum, yum.
child.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. No, you're going to make this about me right now. Hold on a second. They're coming back around to the podcast that we created.
You made this about you, Jett. I mean, not to get all my alien dick all up in your business, but I believe you're the one who brought up your past work.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean,
but
I don't
you
mean
seem
to
into it.
I don't mean to be a dick this early in the invasion. I usually save that for later.
You're not supposed to tell them it's an invasion.
I gotta be honest, Jett, I'm really surprised that you let off with those stories, considering that we've won like multiple Oscars for writing like some of the best work in the 21st century. It's like we won 10 Oscars for Star Fox, and you did not mention any of that to the aliens. That's in space. Like,
did you guys see the adaptation of Star Fox we
But
did?
in Star Fox, Jett was behind the scenes. I mean, remember, there's no I in team, even though there is one in executive producer. In the middle of executive.
Yeah,
It's
no, he's
your
right.
language.
You're right.
I'm adapting
You're
to
right.
your language. I shouldn't be faster at it than you are.
I just read X-Prod a lot. Well, Jett, tell him something nice about me that doesn't involve you.
Okay, all right. Do you guys need a guitar? Because he can hook you up real well here. He's got a huge collection.
Honestly, we're a planet of bass players. That's why we've had so much trouble getting out there.
Okay, all right.
It's
this isn't going to
also
work.
why
What?
we feed off of self-indulgence.
Indeed.
Nobody talks about themselves more than bass players.
Does anybody want a Fat Licks solo?
I want
good.
a fat lick solo.
I'm good.
No,
It goes on for 4 more light parsecs.
Legit.
good job, buddy.
I don't know if that's anything anybody's ever said, which is like, I think that bass solo was too short.
I believe Jaco Pastorius is the only person in the history of humanity to say that.
That Oscar's dad? Sorry.
No, Jaco Pastorius, keeping it legit for all the
He's from,
jazz fans, the bass
He's
jazz
From
from
fans.
Perfect Strangers, right? It's got Perfect Strangers?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay,
He
yeah,
played
yeah,
Balky.
yeah.
He played Balky,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, yeah.
Yes.
Isn't there
the greatest bass player of all time?
Isn't there a reboot of Perfect Strangers in the works?
Is there?
I swear. I swear.
Did anybody ask why?
It got shut down. It got.
I guess TV
It did.
wasn't racist enough. So we said, who played the Indian guy in Short Circuit?
Fisher Stevens.
Who was the
Yeah.
white actor who played the Indian guy in Short Circuit?
Well, didn't he do that in a because he was in a bunch of stuff in the 80s around the Short Circuit
Yeah.
days, wasn't
Wasn't
he?
that
Fisher Stevens.
Wait, wasn't that Fisher Stevens
Yeah,
who did?
Fisher
Yeah,
Stevens.
Fisher
Oh,
Stevens
yeah.
did that.
He's
one, yes.
recently come out and been like, yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
Yep.
I'm still cashing the checks, but yeah,
Right.
yeah, it was
It took a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, they're working on a reboot for HBO Max. At least as of June, I'm seeing this article. It's going to be. It looks like it's 2 women leads, but it's
What?
happening. Yeah.
Is it going to be?
They're ghostbustering our Perfect Strangers legacy. It's
Well,
Is
I
it a half
wonder-
hour or is it going to be a film?
That sentence is the worst of
Yeah.
American
They're
culture.
ghostbustering our Perfect Strangers legacy.
Good. Compton
Wow.
made that too.
This-
Good.
if you're wondering how the internet has collapsed our culture, it
Yep.
can all be found in the sentence, they're ghostbustering our Perfect Stranger legacy.
And here's where Josh says, "There's the title."
Yeah. I also got to say this
There's
too.
the title.
I do hope the title is, and here's where Josh says there's the title.
Yeah, please. Let's all vote for that.
I got to say, I wonder too if with Perfect Strangers, since so much of that show, the plot lines were basically 2 dudes trying to get laid, miscommunicate, and now we've got a 22-minute plot. I wonder if the story between 2 women is just going to be like 6-minute episodes where one of them's like, I thought this. You know what? I'm sorry I didn't tell you about it. It's fine. See you next week.
But they'll win all the Emmys because it'll be tackling mental health.
Yeah. It'll be done
I
in
like
like a sensitive, thoughtful way that they would have never
Yeah.
considered with Bronson Pinchot and Mark Applegate. Wait, no, who's Larry Appleton?
Jerry Applesauce.
That's not the actor's name.
nope. Mark Lindbaker.
Yeah.
That's so true, though. That Bosom Buddies was the same thing. Just 2 dudes trying to get laid more, but they had to go through a silly situation.
I
of-
mean, that was a lot of sitcom plots for
Yeah,
decades.
so that's pretty much every show on TV for a good 40 years.
Yeah.
NYPD Blue,
yeah.
for example. Special Victims Unit, which was really inappropriate.
Gilligan's Island.
ER.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60 Minutes, really unfortunate.
Oh, jeez. Hey, I see you looking very pensive over there, Josh Spence.
Is it
What are
pensive?
you thinking?
I was trying
I don't
not
know.
to be pensive.
I don't know. It's one of those words. It's a word I use without really looking up. So maybe it's the right one. Maybe it's completely wrong.
Let
What
me
you
ask
got?
you this: what does pensive mean?
You can ask Google that because that you get a better answer that way.
It's
I really
it's
like
a
this
thing you
question.
take your memories out and put them
That's
in.
it. Yes.
I really like this question. So I was thinking about it, and the first thought that came to mind was like Back to the Future, where Marty McFly puts the headphones on George McFly, a sleeping George McFly, and he hears like the first ripping Eddie Van Halen guitar solo. But that only changes one person's future. I want to change everybody's future. So check this out. It could be after a show. There could be no show. You could be high. You could not be high. You could be hungry. You could be full. It doesn't matter. If I hand you this cylinder-shaped object wrapped in foil, you open it up. Inside is the world's first burrito.
Oh,
That's a thing I wish belonged to me, because I wish I achieved the first burrito. Just showing that to people, and then they take that bite, and it's got fucking beans, meat, cheese, rice. What's this thing? It's this salsa. It's like it's tickling all the right taste buds, and it's just sending you to a place that you've never been before.
See, I thought we were talking
That's
about
the world I want you to live in.
I thought we were talking about the future, like a thing that hasn't happened yet. And we were going to be that. But you're like, you want to go back in the past and be the guy that invented the burrito.
Yeah, but see, here's the
and
thing.
it's a very specific moment, too, because, the burrito evolved from a bunch of different ingredients. And then eventually, and then there was one day that overnight, now if Josh Spence travels back in time to that moment, and, well, he would have to murder the lady or gentleman that created the concoction that was the burrito.
I mean, I weirdly know a little bit of burrito history. The burrito comes from Mexican.
I don't think that's weird.
It comes from Mexican workers who carried them into the fields to eat. They were like little donkeys, right? They were like little, like they carried like the food. That was their little
the
idea.
Yeah, carried it all together.
So let's play this a little bit further. What if, right, Spence goes back in time, kind of like the time heist in Avengers, right? And instead of like your traditional burrito, it's like, like the ones that you do today now where they have like pastrami in it, or like introduce
French
the first
fries.
like breakfast burrito, but make it like an extra fancy breakfast burrito that they wouldn't have made then. Something like Fat Sal's would create today that's just like an awesome abomination, but just blowing all these Mexican workers' minds. Imagine the evolution of burritos today from that moment going forward.
I grew up in the South where they did not teach burrito evolution. So we believed in one intelligent burrito designer. And if you look at a burrito, it's really... Can you imagine that happening randomly in nature?
It's also nice to have another white savior go back and solve another culture's problems by reinventing their own ideas better than them instantly.
Yeah, there's Food Network version of The Last Samurai.
This violates the Prime Directive, too. You'd be sending very advanced technology back in time to primitive cultures that wouldn't know how to wield that power.
And to them, it would be indistinguishable from magic.
Right.
I do like the idea of inventing the time machine and using it to go back in time and invent something that's already been invented.
So actually what we learned is that Josh's answer is he wants to be the person who invents time travel. And then we scratched the surface and found out what he was going to do with it. We're like,
no, wait, what? I don't want to invent time travel. If I had to invent something, I would have liked to invent like a new piece of steak that hasn't been invented yet.
Okay.
So a new cut of steak.
Yeah.
Like a new cut of meat, yeah. Who needs time machines? We need steak.
Super.
So what it does is this beam, when it shoots onto your body, it will regenerate any human tissue, organs, bone, anything in one shot. And so we're going to use it at my new ear piercing place to close up mistaken piercings.
Son, that's fantastic.
See?
And as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, I say out-fucking-standing that you came up with such a beneficial technology that's going to save soldiers' lives and keep them back on the battlefield with their own two legs underneath them.
Well, I mean, I'm really thinking it's more for the ear piercing thing. Hey, is it okay that I moonlight, by the way? Working directly with the Joint Chiefs of Staff and this chain of ear piercing salons that I have in malls throughout the Southeast.
Son, as a civilian contractor who's contracted by the DOD to do these things, you're welcome to do whatever you want in your personal life, and I don't need to hear 2 cents about it. Huh?
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, well, I just want to say I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to come in here and make a real difference in the way people sometimes have things in their ears.
Son, I think you might be having a failure to communicate. And see, sometimes we say the same things that they do say in Hollywood. It's that's from that Paul Newman movie? Yeah, I think they said it in that Saving Private Ryan, too.
Saving Private Ryan, too?
No, as well. Saving Private Ryan as well.
See, Jett, I think this is the problem with the script that you're writing. Once you were just writing it as straight ahead science fiction, I was into it. But once you started adding all this like Hollywood insider lingo and started making it about
I
you
like
again?
self-referential stuff. I feel like it makes it more authentic. People name drop.
So, and when you shoot this beam right at the hole in your ear, boom, you complete me. It's from Jerry Maguire.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
I did see that one. I was let's see. I was on my third marriage.
All right.
Kids have been growing up.
Okay. They do that. They will do that.
Yeah, they will do that. But as they say, you're in the army if when you get home from work, your kids have grown.
That's from that movie In the Army Now?
Yes, exactly.
The Pauly Shore movie?
The weasel, that's right. Well, you sure know your military history.
I know, it's in some ways I really think I followed the wrong calling in life. Here I am creating cellular regeneration when I could be quoting military movie history.
See, Jett, I think you're doing it again. You're just making the swerves way too big. Like, just go up the middle with sci-fi. Why don't you make it like this slice of life thing where it's just deep and conversational, like I'm watching like an independent
But I haven't
film.
even gotten to referencing Ernest films yet.
Oh, please don't. Okay. I hitched my star to you for some reason. Like,
anybody want some of this milk punch? And then I dropped the grenade into the bunker and boom, we had access to Saddam.
I would have been scared stupid.
Oh,
legit. Oh, rest in peace.
Alas, Jim Varney.
Yes.
We knew you too well,
Ernest.
Slinky Dog.
Even though it's not the best movie, but the Ernest Scared Stupid
it's great.
Is the line that anybody wants some of this milk punch when he's killing them at the end and he's all being all the different characters, just dumping milk on them. It's such an obscure line, but I just
you know what? To jump on that, I know it's not the question that we presented, but Ernest Goes to Jail is like the only great moment I had with my stepdad. We rented that film. There's a scene where one of the inmates lights his fart on fire and it causes this whoosh flame. And my stepdad in his boxers goes, "Oh shit, that ain't nothing." And he just lights his fart on fire. It totally works. It was the best moment we've ever shared.
He just had one ready to go.
He's been waiting for that moment his entire life.
Yeah.
He got so mad. He was like,
every movie he's ready for this, right?
Yes.
His terms of endearment, nothing.
I don't watch movies in my boxers to be comfortable.
The Land Before Time. Zilch.
nothing.
The Land Before Time 2. Nothing.
I can't believe I shared that. Yeah.
And then the one time he had Blazing Saddles, Josh had something else going on.
Yeah. Josh had to work late.
He was so mad. He was like, "That shit ain't nothing."
I like the anger behind that.
Yeah,
that new wrinkle is
what a horrendous depiction.
I mean, is this the same guy who took your asking him to stop drinking as a challenge that he thought you could drink more than him?
No, that's my dad.
Yeah.
Horrible male role models all across the board, guys.
Yeah. Just everyone seems to constantly take everything as a challenge.
That there's a certain chunk of the country where almost every sentence can be interpreted as "you think you're better than me."
Super.
all right. Yeah, listen. It's my weekend with you, and I'm so pleased to be your dad. But I'm not the kind of dad that does a lot of stuff. I'm going to do my thing. You do your thing. And
that didn't sound very sincere, Dad.
All right. I couldn't be more true to myself about how I feel about you. So I don't know what more I can offer you. You know what? Look, I'll watch you ride your bike back and forth in front of the apartment here.
Okay, this street's kind of busy though, Dad. I'm not really sure.
Hey! If you want me to have a bigger house,
driveway.
Tell your mother to give me my house back.
Oh God, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. Okay, hold on. Here.
I know you don't really, as you said, do hugs, but let me know if there's anything I can help out with.
No, just ride the damn bike. I'll watch you, and we'll just okay.
All right, hold on. Let me mount up. This banana seat. Hold on. Okay, and now what I do for safety is I wrap the tassels that are on the handlebars. I wrap those around my hands so I'm less likely to fall off. Sometimes the glitter really gets in my skin, but I don't mind because it gives me a little bit of flair. So okay, here I go. I'm pedaling.
Son, this is all riveting. Are we going to get to the point where actually? Oh.
Sorry, that Ford nearly clipped me. That Escort nearly got me.
So that was your bike. That was your bike riding. I can do better than that.
I mean, it's a pretty tough bike. Remember, you did get it from that side of the road the night before Garbage Day. So like, it's pretty rusty. The sprinklers were on it for quite a long time.
No, I get that. You don't have to reread all my glory days back to me.
I mean, if you want to take it for a quick lap around your parking circle, you can. Sure.
A bike? I'm a grown man. I have a 73 Pinto that I drive around, all right?
I know, Dad.
I can do donuts around you on your stupid rusty bike.
I know. I helped you push it into the parking spot.
And I appreciate that. At some point, I do love you. I may let you do the steering while I do the lion's share of pushing, but maybe not today, though.
Okay, well, I guess
Daddy was drinking last night.
I would probably have to be a lot stronger since you don't have power steering on that Pinto. But yeah.
Whoa,
I mean, hey, hold on. Can I back up?
I don't have a gym membership. I got to do something to keep the pipes, huh?
Can I back up a bit, Dad? I mean, I'm not sure, but that was, I think, now the third time in my 12 and a half years that you said I love you, and I just want to say I love you too, Dad. I mean,
okay,
obviously,
you just ruined it. You ruined it.
God,
dude, I was trying to have a moment.
So was I.
But you first you come at me with the hugs, and then you return the "I love you" thing.
I very
you making eye contact. I was looking away when I said "I love you" like a man.
No, I mean, and I knew that you were having an emotional day because, like, when I thought you were going to hug me, like the pats you gave me on my back instead were a little extra hard. And I was like, oh, Dad's feeling it today. I didn't think it was going to be an I love you day. I didn't think I was going to be hitting the I love you hat trick. But I mean, I don't think this is something we should gloss over, Dad. I mean, I've had some conversations with Mom. You call her Sharon. But I've had some conversations about how much of a hard time you had saying it to her. I mean, she told me.
Whoa. Mom's been talking to you about our personal.
In his vows, he said, you know how I feel.
I mean, that tracks.
We're good.
Yeah.
And that was the most romantic moment of my life to date.
Yeah, she said that she thought for a moment that you were starting to tear up, but then you turned and started high-fiving the justice of the peace.
Yeah, he was a real bro.
Way to go on getting married, motherfucker!
What? Feel it!
I haven't said I do yet.
Chest bump for you, Sherry.
Ow!
See, the whole day was...
she still has a scar from where the brooch was during that chest bump. It was her something borrowed. And then soon it was her something blue.
It's a 2-for-1 is what we call it in the romance world.
Dad, I gotta say, speaking of the romance world, this is really awkward, but so I'm in 7th grade now, and there's this girl in my PE class that I really,
you're
really
making so much eye contact right now. Keep going.
I'll focus on these off-brand Converse you got me. There's this girl in my PE class, and I really
the side of his shoe says Chip Taylor.
And Converse.
This girl in my PE class, I really, really, I think I like her, and I was just wondering, if you could tell me what you would say to her if you were me, so I can say not that.
Well, that's a little hurtful, but I would start off with something like, tube sucks, huh?
And that's the end of...
And then just wherever it goes from there.
Pass it over here. Pass it over here.
Oh, hey, here's that volleyball. I'm sorry that it got away from you guys. I just want to say, I don't know you that well, but I feel like we could have a deep emotional connection if we got to know each other just a little bit more. And I don't want to pressure you or anything, but just know, I think that you're an attractive person.
Oh my God, I was just gonna say cool shoes.
Oh,
Principal Stanyard, I don't know where he gets this aggressive nature with the girls. I just told him to use my tube socks line. Son, why would you be emotionally vulnerable and honest? Have I ever shown you any of that?
No, I mean, I gotta say, I didn't even know that emotional harassment was something that the school considered a problem. I thought I was just being clear with my feelings.
We really like to keep our emotions at at least arm's length in the school. It's a policy. We feel being too connected with people on that level, it just leads to problems, hurt feelings. Everyone gets let down. Everyone feels like they're not good enough for one another, and we want to avoid all of that.
I mean, I guess that works on a couple of levels since this is a Catholic school.
I hear you.
Right. You're there with me.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the trouble. I'm sorry for the emotional connection. I'd be happy to homeschool him from here on out if that makes it easy for everybody.
So, Jett, what do you think? Like, too autobiographical or what?
No, I mean this is the thing. Just you dig into your own truth, and like people will come to it. They will feel it. Just pour it all out.
So, Dad, Sposh gents, I'm really happy that we could forge this emotional connection.
I'm gonna look at you through the rearview mirror because this is a little bit much for me, but it's not so bad being in the same Pinto with you either, kid.
This Star Fox movie is amazing.
Legit.
Thank you, guys.
And that scene was brought to you by our next advertiser, who once again, Michael Hyman's not here, but he hooked us up. And I believe it is a little bit awkward. I apologize, but it sounds like he bypassed several other people, and he sent this one to you, Sean Michael?
He sent it directly to me, which I'm pleased about, because apparently I'm the only one that has an 8-track still left in his home.
No.
This is on 8-track.
Ignore the clicks.
And, yes, ignore the clicks. And you guys ready to get into this?
Are they clicks or cicadas?
Oh, how dare you, sir? How you talk about close to home? How dare you?
Let's hear that ad.
So, you've been watching the Olympics? You've been watching the Paralympics? You've been seeing people tumble? You've been seeing the gymnastics there? It's fun. It's cool. But what if they added a little fighting into the scene? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got Knight's Tumbler coming at you. It's all the fun of gymnastics with the badassery of being a medieval knight. So, you thought Gymkata was cool. You ain't seen nothing. These guys are so bad they were forged in flame. Literally. They have the armor put on you while it's still hot. That's how badass this thing is. You know, first fight I was ever in, I was 3rd grade. All I had to protect myself was a bag of coins wrapped in a sock. Man, if I'd had that bag of coins wrapped in a sock and had medieval armor, I would have been A-okay. But I didn't. But you can. Ask one of our graduates, RuPaul. RuPaul? learn to kick ass the way every badass does in Knights Tumbling. You do a sachet, you do a flip, and then you do a slice the head off. Not impressed yet? Come to one of our tournamentals. That's right, we put mental into tournament and call it tournamentals. Copyright posting pending. So the next time you're walking down the hallway and someone says, "Who you calling, turkey leg?" You can spin around, do a back tuck, a triple axel. That's right, we incorporate ice skating sometimes. And then impale them with the long stick thing that they had when they were riding on the horses towards each other, which was called... You know the one. Stop acting like you don't know the one. You know the one. So when you're looking to open up your life and become all of who you can be all the time, come see us at Knights Tumbler.
Oh man, that place sounds super fun.
Oh
That
my
sounds
god.
amazing.
That sounds. I mean, it would be really great if there was also like large dining tables in areas, kind of in like a stadium type situation, and there were women that wore like period clothing and
Is this a thing you invented?
waited on you at the same time.
Is this the thing that you wish you had been the first to do?
No, I just
Okay.
that sounds like it would be cool to be like a medieval times, but medieval times should just be that.
Right.
Like screw,
the
screw traditional
the
sword
medieval
fighting.
times of Middle Ages themed restaurants.
Yes.
I like how you hard parked and reversed that real quick. What? Oh, no, there's the bit. Whoop, no.
I do say, like, if this product is responsible for the show RuPaul's Drag Joust, I am 100%
Yes.
behind it.
Oh, my
You
God.
slice, you
That's what it's
dice.
called.
Yep.
Jousting.
Yeah. You better joust.
Yeah. SMB, you should
better
email
joust hard,
whoever
bitch.
you were in contact with at the Knights Tumbler and let them know for their next ad the words jousting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's very easy to remember. It was Knights Tumbler at AOL.com.
I assume that was some sort of like Dan Brown Da Vinci Code involved with the Knights Tumbler that you were communicating. Something that involved going to the basement of the Vatican.
Yes.
That's not something anybody ever wants to hear.
Yeah.
You go into the basement at the Vatican. Not again. Please, no.
Do I have to pick
I'll
out
be
my own
good.
switch?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of muckraking podcasts about the basement of the Vatican at this point. Yeah.
Oh, guaranteed. So who else has got something? Let's bring it around. What would someone else have wishes you could be the person to do for the first time? We could go the Josh Spence route, where it's something already been done, but you want to take credit for it, or something that has never been achieved yet.
Like, I have much smaller goals than time travel. Like,
Fantastic.
I would like to be the first person to apologize on the internet.
Wow.
Like, I would be the first person on the internet to go, yeah, that's a really good point. I was wrong. Sorry. I'll back off.
Yeah. And
I thought you said this was a small goal.
Yeah, I it seems impossible.
That sounds bigger than time travel.
I gotta say, and you'd have to be the first one to say, I'm sorry, and not, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if the Canadians had just had their own separate internet.
I would get on that.
You know
Yeah.
what? I will say, I'm gonna piggyback on what Chris Compton said, because now I'm gonna go really big goals. I want to be the guy who fixes the internet. Because you know how the internet could be like a complete repository of all the world's knowledge that we use to advance ourselves forward in little bits every day, because we can source the things everyone has always known for the past, but instead people use it for jerking off and becoming better Nazis.
Dope.
Mhm.
What if I was...
Super.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Hallmark group recording session. What we're doing this fall is, as you all know, sorry is the hardest thing to say or write. So we're actually
I'm
creating.
sorry. Have we? Oh, I said I'm sorry to begin with.
Yep.
Have we
sure
already
did.
started recording the group recording session?
No. I'm giving you.
Should I start recording now?
I'm sorry.
Nope.
I should have let you
That
know
sounds
that we
familiar.
haven't stopped recording. I'm sorry, Phil. I should have let you know that we weren't going to be recording until after Dave was done presenting what the idea is. So I'm sorry to you, Phil, and I'm sorry to you, Dave, for not getting that information to Phil.
Oh, that's a double sorry. That's very thoughtful of you.
I'm sorry I didn't ask before we started the meeting. That was on me.
Fuck. Okay. So, cool. If we're all...
Oh, I'm sorry. Who are the poutine?
Yep.
Oh, that was everybody.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Here's your poutine. Sorry, it's late.
It's okay. Yeah, this is actually from, remember Sid's Smokehouse, the poutine place that was down the street from iOS? They've started like a startup shack. So
I'm sorry, does this have real cheese on it? Because I'm lactose intolerant.
I'm
sorry. I want to apologize for that because I did the orders and I did not ask if anybody had any food allergies or preferences.
I'm sorry.
So I'm sorry. That's my fault.
I'm sorry. I
really
don't mention it often enough that I'm lactose intolerant, and I'm sorry I don't mention it more.
And I'm sorry. I insisted on poutine.
It's okay. Guys.
I'm in the food industry. I should have asked. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Good. Now, I'm going to take all the sorries, and I'm putting them in a stack.
And
right?
I got it.
I got all this.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, no, I can.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've been muted this whole time.
Yeah, it's fine. We haven't even started the...
I'm so sorry I didn't tell you that you were on mute.
No, I'm doubly sorry that I have to still work from home right now.
No, it's okay.
I'm
and
so
I still
sorry
gotta
you're
zoom
sick.
in here.
I'm so sorry you're sick. And I'm sorry, I thought you were just being thoughtful.
Oh, God, is that one of my countrymen over there?
It is. And that's part of the thing I also wanted to bring up. We're doing a voice recording session for Hallmark cards that open up and automatically say, I'm sorry, because so many people have a hard time either writing it or saying it. So if
I'm
we
sorry,
can...
you were frozen there for a moment, so I didn't hear what you were saying. Could you repeat it?
Was that my internet or was that yours?
I'm sorry. I thought you said the card opens and says, I'm sorry.
No, none of this includes me. I should probably take myself back to the poutine shop
No,
there.
I'm sorry. I haven't tipped you yet. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for making you feel unwanted. You can be a part of this. Do you want to join our team?
Oh, see, here's the thing. My boss gets really mad when I take long breaks, so...
I'm sorry you gotta deal with that.
Also, I'm sorry that I picked up your accent. It's just something I do automatically. It's just I absorb the accents of everyone around me. I'm so sorry about that.
I feel like it's made us closer. I'm sorry that we don't know each other better.
I'm sorry, Phil, can I hear that Canadian accent of yours that you have seemed to have absorbed?
I'm sorry. I thought your name was Phil.
Oh, all right. No. Phil A is on the right. Phil B is on the left. I have two Phils.
No, I'm sorry.
That is my mistake.
I'm sorry. I'm the one who started the Zoom. Phil is in the gray short sleeve T-shirt, and Dave is in the black T-shirt. I typed in their names incorrectly. I just labeled everybody
I've
as
been
Phil.
calling you
I'm
both
sorry.
by the wrong name this whole time. That is so embarrassing.
I'm
sorry I perpetuated that. I should have
opened
corrected
this can of worms.
No,
we really could have been making progress here, but oh boy. Oh, I feel sorry for myself now.
You know what? And I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry I haven't checked in with you to see if there's anything that you felt sorry about.
I'm sorry, I don't understand if you're talking to the real Dave or the mislabeled Dave.
I'm talking to the real Dave, who's been trying to tell us about the cards that open up. I'm sorry,
Dave.
Dave.
It was Phil that was mislabeled.
No, I'm sorry, I was unclear. Everyone was mislabeled as Phil. Dave has been trying to get us on the same track with... Yes, Dave.
Oh, I accept your apology.
These are all simple misunderstandings. Nobody needs to apologize for anything here.
I'm sorry, I gotta get going.
What?
I got it 2 o'clock.
Legit.
We didn't get around to an I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that reference.
We can go out on Dave.
I'm sorry that we missed that joke.
Yeah.
I apologize for.
What is fucking wrong with us? What is...
Idiots! Okay, this podcast is free. This podcast episode is free, okay?
Yeah.
We
give this one away?
Yeah, we're going to give this one away.
Do.
This one's free.
I would go back and be the first person to do the Dave joke.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got to piggyback off of St. James there. going bigger because I mean, yeah, the internet. If the internet were used, I guess, yeah, I shouldn't, yeah, just not for what it was created for, because I don't know that it was necessarily created with the intention of it being
by the DARPANET. No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
it was created with the intention of wiping the Russians off the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way,
that too.
But still being able to chat
did not work out. Yeah.
But I want to. I'd want to be the first to like discover a mechanism that converts carbon into electricity, like pulls CO2 out of the atmosphere and then turns it into energy.
Yes.
So do carbon capture as well as produce energy at the same time, so that it's renewable and
I will say
our planet can heal.
That is something that actually already has been invented. They are trees.
that's so what you're saying is you want to be God.
Yes. And I gotta say, I wouldn't want Jett to be the first one to talk to aliens. If Sanders was our new God, I'd give that like 2 weeks. I'd give that like let's give him a trial period. We'll check him out. We'll see how it goes.
Let the smiting begin.
He will have to put down a credit card.
Just for incidentals.
And if you don't cancel right on the day, full year charge.
Yeah, then I just automatically renew.
Right.
But then you'll have your chance. You'll get an email saying, "Hey, I'm going to automatically renew as your deity for another year."
But that email will go straight to our spam folders, so we won't see the warning until after the renewal has been charged, and it's non-refundable.
And then you'll just convince yourself, you know what, I use it enough.
I do get free shipping.
I'm peaked. I've got some follow-up questions. Is the afterlife? What's happening with that in your in your world?
Yeah.
And this is not at all.
No, we've decided it's what your answer is. So now it's your answer.
Yeah. Okay, that means not at all what if I were omnipotent, what is the afterlife? Well, I suppose I would create an afterlife, or no, there wouldn't need to be an afterlife, because I would not necessarily grant immortality, but at least indefinite lifespan.
You see, already a humble God that doesn't want to fuck us over. Vote Sanders for your deity of choice 2021.
At least allow people to the only way people are gonna or people can break through the bonds of conservatism is to grow their intelligence, and that takes time. And so some people just gotta be alive longer, because what I've accepted many years ago was that sadly the solution to a whole bunch of our social ills is just that some people have to die, specifically the ones that are on the wrong side of history, in order for the culture to change.
This is how the anti-smoking campaign worked, right? They didn't try to convince people to stop smoking. They said that problem's going to take care of itself. Let's just stop kids from starting smoking.
You know what I think we've learned here?
Time is going to cover this one.
This is like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe, but for deities. Like the person that should be the deity is the person that does not want the job and fight. No, I don't want to be part of this. And you trick him into yes, just give us some answers. So thanks for being my new god.
Yeah. It's settled.
Do we have to tithe, or how does this work?
Yeah. Can we get a 9% tithe?
Yeah, dude, I'm saying tithe what you think it's worth. You don't
render
have to
unto
anything.
Sanders what belongs to Sanders.
Evaluate the job he's doing and toss him a few coins.
It's a BYOT.
Nice. Josh, you have had your finger up for the last 47 minutes. What's up?
And this is a podcast, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So, tell me if this has been invented or not. I'm not sure. But,
Is it the chicken dog? No, that was Sanders.
Don't. So, not all of us have lived perfect lives, okay? I've ripped off a guitar riff or two, okay? So, let's say maybe you don't make it into your first choice of an afterlife. I'm saying I want to invent a fallback afterlife, a safety afterlife.
Catholic Church is way out of
Is it tiered? Is it tiered, or is it just is there?
How many circles
are there?
Are
Several tiers. Yes.
No. Yeah. There's layers. So there's
Like a
you know,
frequent
there's,
center
like,
program?
Yeah, there's like the UC and then like
Because I feel like
Fall
Dante had this, but
Backstage.
not the afterlife you were hoping for.
Shit, there's another one? Okay. And then there's an A&M and then tech.
Catholic Church goes like heaven,
purgatory,
hang around for a while.
Okay.
Only unbaptized babies get to hang out with each other, and then
That's a party room.
like that's your spectrum there.
Super.
Hey,
You're the new guy, right?
what?
You're the
No.
new guy, right?
Am I? I mean, there's a lot of great mist. I don't see really
But
much of anything. This is heaven, right?
No, that's that. This is it. But this is not heaven. This is not heaven.
Why are you
No,
laughing?
see, you're because I had the same questions you did. And we all did.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
see?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, just beyond the mist.
Sorry,
boys.
I'm spraying for roaches. We get
Oh.
them here too. This is a
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a
okay.
step
You just
down.
wait for it to clear. Just wait for it to clear.
Yeah, it's not
It's
going
not
to
quite
harm
heavy.
you. You're dead. So
Oh,
you know,
well, that's
but
true.
but they're not. But they're gonna be. That's why you're hiding
But-
me. All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get back to it.
I mean, this is just like a waiting room, you know, like
Yeah, it's,
we're gonna be next.
The official term. Well, it's purgatory. So what we're doing is we're kind of hanging around
Sure.
till the end of days, and then we get to go up. But I will tell you this:
Okay.
it's very much like the same operating system they had down on Earth, just with better parking. So
Okay.
that is a nice perk.
Well,
So
like I just saw that guy get out of the pearly gates, so it's like a club, right? Like one guy leaves, next person comes in, right? Like so, we just moved up one, yeah.
well, yeah, but here's the thing: they're
Okay.
super litigious in heaven.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
they really by the book, man.
Yeah.
So if you were not baptized, you were not in. You weren't even in line. You were we're milling.
And let me tell you, their public defenders suck.
Really?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
they suck.
Die, roach! Yeah, I can't help but overhear conversation. Yeah, I'm still killing roaches, but I got a personal experience. I can't get a job up in heaven. They
Why?
claim
You didn't
they
do
claim
anything wrong.
they say there's no roaches there, but I mean, look, if you know roaches like I know roaches,
No,
you know.
Like you guys don't understand.
But-
I know the guy up there. Like we're good. We used to make funnies together. Like he's a
We
good
all
dude.
know the guy up there. Everybody
Yeah,
has a
yeah.
close personal relationship with the guy up
We
there.
let him into our heart. We're not down
Oh.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, but he should. Okay.
Listen, hey, just because
I'm
we're
new.
in mist doesn't mean we're not seeing clearly, all right? So
And again, the
don't try and
mist
put
is
one over on us,
just
huh?
because I'm spraying today. It just happens to be
It'll
today.
clear. It'll clear.
But today, however, in purgatory is how long is a day here?
That's an infinite amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to scratch hash marks into.
Yeah, it'll be night. It'll be night eventually. I'll be off my shift. There won't be any more mist. But anyway, back to it.
You know what purgatory could use to clear some of this mist up? Some trees.
I gotta say, there's a lot of missed opportunities around here in Purgatory.
There is. There.
Like, you notice the TV's in black and white? What's the deal with that? Like, that is really obsolete technology, especially here in the afterlife where technology is not even that necessary.
Did you see the food truck as you're walking in that's selling burritos, but it's all like soy burritos? It's not even like real meat.
Yeah.
It's
Even
all-
the tortillas are soy.
Yeah, just so you know,
What?
yeah, it turns out animals do have souls. So,
Oh.
there's no
Oh no, that explains
no
it.
animal products. in
That
there,
explains it for me for sure.
Yeah.
I tried to invent a new steak. Did not work out.
You invented a new. You tried to invent. a new
I
steak?
tried to. Yeah, I wanted to crossbreed a pastrami and a corned beef, a corn strami.
You,
So
you
wait a
realize
minute.
neither of those was
You-
an animal to begin with.
You
You
shut your
set up-
mouth.
You set up situations where pastrami had sex with corned beef,
It was, yeah.
and you made it up here?
I guess so.
I could have had so much more fun in life.
Why would you lessen the greatness of pastrami by blending it with a lesser meat like corn?
Excuse me.
Oh, you watch your mouth.
You think with enough time you'd be able to outgrow those kind of outdated notions.
You would think so.
Let's be honest. Come on, you guys know. Look, it's just us talking. Let's just us talking.
Hey, I'm still spraying for roaches up here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I hear most of what you say as well.
I didn't know you was still there.
Of course I'm still here. You see roaches? I know I do.
I see mist.
But I'm experienced. I've been doing this a long time. Look, I heard what you said. And,
Who, me? Me?
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
That was just mist talk, mist room talk.
I have to piggyback off of any opportunity I can find. I already ported you to the man upstairs. He's not very happy with what seems to be your distaste with your situation. So, I believe you're gonna have to take a step down. You're gonna have to go a level. You're gonna have to be downgraded.
Oh God, I gotta go to Cleveland.
Yep, that's as everyone knows.
Hey, it's better than Applebee's.
It's in the Bible. That's the step below purgatory.
It is.
So, tell you what, though, not that many roaches.
Welcome to Ohio.
Hey, you want some chili, Mac?
Good night, Jett. All right, I think we've got one last advertisement before we call this a night.
From the great state of Ohio.
Actually, this one's from Paris by way of New York. I don't want to like pre-apologize.
New York City.
Yeah,
sounds like cornstrami.
I don't want to like pre-apologize for an ad, but like when I got this ad,
that's the name of the episode.
No, I mean when I got this ad, I thought it was going to class up the joint because like when I was talking to the guy, it's like this like fancy.
It's not hard to do.
So I'll just play the ad. Hello. Hi. Bonjour. My name is Anton, and I am a world-renowned chef. After my years working with chefs like Mario Batali and Gabe Eratis, I have branched out on my own and started my own restaurant, Antondre's. At Antondre's, we have the kind of food that you want to bury your face in, like our hot clams. Hot clams to die for at Antondre's. We serve the best hot clams in all of the United States, brought to you by my good friends in France. And if you do not like seafood, try our thick salami. At Antondre's, our thick salami is uncut, and it's there for you all the time. It's aged, so it's rock hard, and you can really get your mouth around some thick salami at Antondre's. At Antondre's, we travel all over the world with our food, and we've got the fish taco that you won't be able to wait to slide your tongue into. The creamy sauce of that fish taco, it's going to be the best thing that you've ever tasted here at Antondre's. And of course, we also represent the world of Italia by way of my home country, France, where we take the creamiest Alfredo and we spray it all over that pasta. And that Alfredo sauce is just dripping from everywhere. At Antondre's, we've got the kind of food that you can't wait to put your mouth around. After all, Gourmet Magazine called me the Pepe Le Pew of chefs. So, if you want to make sure that your food has everything you want all the time, it's not too hard to get to Antondre's. Antondre's, we know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking I would love to have some of that tonsils deep in me now, right now. That's yeah.
I mean, me too.
Rock hard.
And I mean that in more than one way.
Yeah. I do think the Pepe Le Pew of chefs referred to as unending string of sexual harassment cases.
Yeah. I mean, it really is like a situation where like I didn't read, like he's got some other blurbs he wanted in there that like I cut for time. He had like a whole thing about how it's Woody Allen's favorite restaurant. And I was like, not a good thing.
See, I looked up the menu. They said that anything can be ordered as a double, but we're not sure you'll be able to fit it all inside you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It
sounds like good portion sizes, but I don't know.
There's like a Harvey Weinstein cellar, right?
It's the kind of thing where if we hadn't already cashed the check, I would have canceled the ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear they have a lot of legal issues with a lot of former employees. Employees don't last long because they get harassed by customers because they have to greet customers with "How may I service you?"
Ooh,
I will say,
for what it's worth.
I was just gonna say it's nice to see a restaurant where the entire restaurant takes place in a Carl's Jr. commercial.
That is nice, yes. The checks aren't bad because sometimes the bill cause be really huge, but not so much there. That's too much? Too far? Sorry.
No, actually, their signature dessert.
I know the portions are really small and unsatisfying.
Their signature dessert
I don't
is
think it's
Jell-O
the
pudding.
size of the bill that matters.
Okay.
It's the experience that made the bill.
All right.
We're not even talking about yaw rate. Like,
All right, that's it, guys. That's it. No, that's it. I have to shut this down.
I can force
Are you
one
sure?
more.
For legal
we
reasons alone.
got another 20
I have
minutes
to
here.
end this episode right this minute.
yeah, this is only the first quarter of our Joe Rogan-sized episode.
Oh, please don't invoke his name. If we say his name 3 times, he shows up on our
Candyman.
podcast for
Right,
2
yeah.
hours.
Candyman.
Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ. All
Jett,
right.
I'm sorry for playing in that game and making dick jokes with
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry that I took the ad that made you play those dick jokes, Chris. I'm sorry.
This is the Hallmark commercial all over.
I am sorry that I was even here for it.
No, guys,
and
I'm
much
sorry.
less even actually doing it.
Jet, I'm sorry we're not letting you end the podcast.
I'm sorry,
guys.
that
I gotta go.
No, guys.
I'm sorry we ever started this episode to begin with, but now it's going to end. I'm sorry to Matt Walker for letting him down by having him do the intro and outro music for this terrible episode.
Catch him on Bandcamp. He's awesome.
I'm sorry that I, Jett Kaufman, hosted and edited this episode. I'm sorry
You do your
that
best. It's fine.
every scene you heard today was improvised on the spot, along with most of the ads. With
okay, that's the
only
art.
a light touch of editing that I'm sorry I did for your comfort.
Jett, you're amazing. Don't worry
If you
about
check the show notes, I'm sorry that you will find writing credits in the show notes for anything that was pre-written.
it. It's a couple typos, but you're fine.
I'm sorry to ask this to all of you, but if you love what we're doing, this episode or otherwise, please be sure to write a 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice. Again, I'm sorry that I even asked that of you, and you can apologize to all of your friends for listening to our show. Just make sure that when you
Jett.
apologize to them for listening to the show, you name the show
Jett.
directly to them.
And
Jett?
I would like to say, I'm just going to jump in here real quick. Don't worry.
Yeah,
the Lord Sanders forgives you.
Hey, Jett.
See, I don't even have to. My followers just do it because they know that I would forgive you.
Hey,
That tends to be how it works.
Jett, for reals.
I'm sorry, Josh. Everyone was interrupting.
I know.
Yes, Josh. I'm sorry. Everyone was being so rude.
We have a technical issue. Should I start recording now? I didn't do it.
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm sorry.
Start recording now.
I don't
So full of regret.
anything's on. Oh my time. I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on. Oh, oh,
Steven just tried to make me sound like a genius by inventing time travel, and that's not me, guys.
But
We
no,
know
but
that.
it evens out when you invent time travel and then use it so you can claim the ownership of the burrito. Like you invent time travel and then you come back to our timeline and everybody's like, "Hey, did you get a breakfast Josh-rito?" And it's like, yeah, the Holocaust was terrible, but at least this Josh-rito is great.